I'm State Representative Dan Ugaste of 65th District. I want to thank you all for joining us today to call this out and let voters in Illinois know what the party in the supermajority, the party that controls every level of government in this state, is doing. As you all know, yesterday, Congressional Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries was here in Illinois to further speak with our legislative leaders about further gerrymandering, the already most gerrymandered map in the entire country. This is something that for some reason our governor seems to be championing. And what did our legislative leaders do? They met with him. Why would you meet with someone that has to fly in from somewhere else in the country to discuss something like this unless you're open to do it, or at least considering doing it? If you are firmly opposed to it, if you firmly believe that we should not do this, wouldn't they have just said, no, you'll be wasting your time, don't bother coming here, we're not doing it? I hope that was the answer when I first heard the responses. I'm not so certain that's the case now. So where's the hypocrisy? Well, let's remember how we got here. As Leader Davidsmeyer pointed out, Governor Pritzker made a campaign promise in 2018. He would not sign a partisan gerrymandered map. And he signed not one, actually, but two of them. Two of the most gerrymandered legislative maps in the country. Then he also signs the worst congressional map in the country and a gerrymandered Supreme Court map. Earlier this year, we sue. We sue based upon a nonpartisan expert who has done work for both parties across the country that says we have 52 state representative districts that are against our own Constitution. They don't meet the standards that have been set by the Supreme Court previously. The State Board of Elections is the defendant. How does the Attorney General respond on behalf of the State Board of Elections? No position. But our legislative leaders, the Speaker and the Senate President, then feel the need to insert themselves into this, a case in which they were never even named as a party, and said, you know what? No, you're too late. You should have done this earlier. The voters need to know who the representatives are going to be. They need some certainty that once we draw maps, they know who their voters are going to be. You can't undo them later, despite the fact that it's happened all over the country in previous court cases. Pennsylvania most recently changed congressional maps in 2018 for the 2010 census. That's what our legislative leaders argue, and guess what? The Illinois Supreme Court agreed, so we were done. Where was the governor on all this? Where was the governor who promised us fair maps? He was stone cold silent. But now the governor is talking about redrawing maps to further gerrymander them, and it appears the legislative leaders are willing to consider it. This is the ultimate in hypocrisy. They aren't worried about protecting Illinois voters' rights here. They aren't worried about protecting democracy. This isn't about that. This is protecting about what they really want, power. And that is it, plain and simple, and their actions and words demonstrate it. If they believe we need to open maps to address fairness, you know what? I agree, for the voters of Illinois. So let's then open all the maps. Our voters' voices here in Illinois are being denied. But this time, let's do it right. Let's have maps out that the public gets to see for a significant period of time, actually comment on, and have their say in. And not a map that gets passed with less than 24 hours notice that no one in the public has had a chance to see or review or weigh in on. Or better yet, let's let an independent commission draw our maps, and let's do it fairly in the first place, and let the voters decide who they want to represent them. Thank you.